Public trust, private trust, who do you trust? All right, so check this out. You're going to want to sign up for the email list, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. I'm going through a document, I can't speak today, y'all. A comprehensive introduction to the unincorporated business organization. This, I read this a few years back. I do not have it on the website. I apologize. But if you are part of the email list, which, by the way, is kicking almost 300 subscribers. That's crazy. I can't believe how many email subscribers have signed up in the past, 5-6 months. It's crazy. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. But definitely, you want to sign up to the email. Archive listeners, man, I guess, listening to this in the archive and it's, too late. And you're like, man, it's too late. You already sent it out. Just email me, man. But don't email me before, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I don't want nobody to email me after the show talking about you send me the document. I ain't sending you nothing. I'm sending it through the email subscriber. And if I've sent the email to all the subscribers and then you ask for it, then I'll send it to you. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to confuse because people try to confuse. All right, so I like this document, I like how they got into some history about this. So, I'm going to get into this. I'm going to read from this document a little bit because there's some points in there that are really, really cold. But first, I want to say this, and I want to break it down as unequivocally as possible. For the past, I don't know, maybe a month or so, a couple months, I've been hinting at, change and things being different and nothing staying the same. And basically what I'm saying is, without any hints or anything like that, I want to say there's a time limit for SOL and the foundation. And it's coming due. This was only going to be, something that I did for a certain amount of time, and I've surpassed that. And there's other things that I want to get into in my life, and there's other things that I want to do. It's just part of the reason why, if you listen to the show, if you listen to the content that I put out, I try to make it as jam-packed as possible. I try to put so much stuff into the broadcasts that we put out, on High Frequency Radio Network. Because, there always comes a certain time where there's, certain people who aren't available any longer. And, what I do predominantly stems from charity and, some insecurities that I had from the way I was raised, how the lifestyle that I lived due to my parents' ignorance and how that affected me as an adult today. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I know I'm going to tell you this. I got less than 8 months for sure. I can tell you that for sure on High Frequency Radio Network. Now, I'm not going to say that there's nothing at all that could ever happen to where I would never keep doing the show. But I'm going to say that, everything comes to an end. Those of you who know that I offer trustee training, those of you who've been on the fence about starting your business, those of you who've been on the fence about, working on your business credit, those of you who've been on the fence for getting the consultation, from calling in to press 1, from getting into the trustee training, whatever it is. If you're looking to, execute on that, now's the time. Now's the time to hit me up, admin at welcometothefoundation.com, because there is an expiration date on everything. And I hate to say that. I wish that I could say, I'm going to be here forever. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be consistent. That wouldn't be realistic. I'm just going to keep it real because y'all my family, and I care about y'all. So with that being said, fundamentally, what it boils down to, you can talk about this commerce, the debtor, you can talk about, the straw man. You can talk about all rights reserved, UCC 1-308. You can do whatever you want, however you want. If you don't understand that you do not exist in commerce, and you facilitate certain actions in the commercial realm through the use of instrumentalities and entities, there's a problem. That's the fundamental breakdown. I'm not going to sit here and make it wishy-washy, say something in a cryptic, weird way so it kind of goes over your head. So you have to hit me up and take some notes to get a consultation. I'd rather, if you're going to get a consultation, get on it. Well, let's do something so you can take some action tomorrow. You want to start your business. You want to, get into trustee training. You're going to, go open your trust account. You're going, whatever. I'm looking to do work. I'm not looking to make myself look cool, sound cool, or sound like I'm smart or anything like that. Someone else can do that. I ain't in all that. So when it comes down to the fundamentals is what entity or instrumentality are you associated with regards to the business that is being carried on in the commercial realm. What is the commercial realm? The commercial realm is the overall system of commerce that has been erected in the United States and outside of the United States. The use of Federal Reserve notes, different jurisdictions and different sales taxes, income taxes, withholdings, bank accounts, checks, cashier's checks, money orders. This is what I can describe, literally, the fundamental system of commerce that has been erected, that exists in the United States. Now, what are the fundamentals of that system? There are entities or instrumentalities that are being utilized within that system for profit or gain for the benefit, hopefully, your private family, your private estate. Number one, can you conduct business through entities and instrumentalities in the commercial realm that has been constructed in the United States as it sits for the benefit of your private family or private estate with public entities? Can you? No. Absolutely not. Fundamental. Period. It's jarring information. A lot of people don't want to hear it because the ultimate answer to going private is you are not private if you work a job. I understand a lot of people have a lot invested in your job. You work that job for 20 years, you have a degree, whatever. But you'll never be fully private. And if that's cool with you, that's cool with you because you can still function privately. But you'll always be attached to that debtor, that all capital name, which means you'll be attached to what is known as the individual for tax purposes. I don't care what you're saying. What do you got? It's a common law trust. What do you got? It's a pure trust. What do you got? It's my straw man. It's the debtor. What do you got? You can use all these different words and terminology. What form does it use to file its return? What form is that? The 1040. It's an individual, fool. What's a straw man? I don't care what you're talking about, man. Move around. Leave. I don't have time for people like you. Don't have time. This is my common law trust. It's my pure trust. You know what I'm saying? My 9(8) trust. What document is used to report the use of that Federal Reserve notes, commercial realm that has been constructed? The 1041. What is that trust governed by? Is it governed by legislation or is it governed by contract? I don't know. You're going to have to ask my guy because my guy, I just paid him and he just did everything for me. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't really, you stupid. You sound stupid. You trying to sound cool. You just threw some money at something. You got money to throw at stuff. You're stupid. So what does it boil down to? Public trust, private trust. What is a public trust? A public trust is a trust that owes its existence to legislation, some sort of state authority or federal authority. Therefore, it is governed by the state legislation or federal authority. Do you want that? No. 10 times out of 10, you go to a state attorney who went to a state college, right? A state school, state high school, then went to a state college, right? And then applied for a state bar card, right? For the state bar. I don't care what you're talking about. Every state in the United States has its own bar. So as a state bar card with a state education, I don't care if it's public or private schools, state education, that's controlled knowledge. That's controlled knowledge. My mentor will tell you every day. That's controlled knowledge. I don't care what that is. That's controlled knowledge. That's what they want you to know. And on top of that, you have 1 degree. There's 360 degrees in a circle. What's your problem? You don't see it before your eyes, and then he'll walk off on you. He's from Texas. He don't care. Walk up on him. He'll shoot you. My mentor don't play. So what type of entity are you using? And does it fall under state or federal legislation? Did your state attorney that went to state college, state high school, and applied for a state bar card craft you a private trust? Huh? What do you think? You're just one customer. You're one client. They got to keep that bar card for their entire career. You're one client. They probably deal with you, what, maybe 1 year, 2 years at best? You think their interest is to the state, or you think their interest is to the private client? When they went to state schools, applied for a state bar card, I deal with a lot of, brothers and sisters who will hit me up, we'll get on the phone, they'll do a book a consultation, we'll get on the line, and they'll tell me, I already got a trust. I already got that. So I just need you to tell me, I ain't telling you nothing. You ain't going to teach me how to administer my trust? No. Why? Because I don't know what that indenture looks like. I don't know how strong it is. I don't know how weak it is. And I'm not finna train you nothing, teach you nothing. So if you go out there, you got some creditors and litigation, and it goes to the actual trust indenture for the governance or to look for where the jurisdiction is picked up or something like that, and your indenture is faulty, you're going to run around and say, so L taught me how to administer, and I got all my stuff, took out my trust. Nope, I'm not training you nothing. I'll pay you everything that you want. I'll pay you double. I don't care. It's not about the bread, man. It's not. Not at all. Does it owe its existence to contract? Is it formed under the common law right to contract, or is it formed according to state or federal legislation? That's number one. If you do not get that right, you might as well put it down. It's like trying to get somewhere with the GPS, but the GPS can't get signal and tell you where you're at. It will not be able, if you don't know where you're at, you will never figure out where you're going. So the American form of the common law possesses a very rich ancestry, tracing its spiritual pedigree to the biblical 7 laws of Noah, as recorded in chapter 9 of the book of Genesis. All right? So you fall under God's law or you fall under man's law, and this public construct is perfect for those who fall under man's law. The modern day common law was sired from the loins of the Magna Carta. All the Moors know what I'm talking about. The Magna Carta, as granted by King John. What is this? Runnymede? I don't know how to pronounce that. On June 15, 1215. The Great Charter of English Liberty was reinforced by the Mayflower Compact, being penned and signed on November 11, 1620, and later presented to King James on October 19, 1765, the first Declaration of Rights was signed by the assembled in Congress and delivered to the British Crown and the House of Commons. You got to understand there's a House of Commons and there's a House of Lords over there in England. We got a House of Representatives. What? A second and more severe indictment, the second Declaration of Rights, was signed by the assembled in Congress at Philadelphia on October 14, 1774, being delivered to the British Parliament. I want to digress real quick. The United States capital is Washington, D.C. The American Republic capital is still Philadelphia, player. Please understand that. Again, common law was upheld as the law of the land within the unanimous Declaration of the 13 United States of America. As presented to King George in that great document, the Declaration of Independence, as adopted by the Assembly in Congress on July 4th, 1776. On November 15th, 1777, in the second year of the independence of the United States, the Articles of Confederation, being initially signed by those assembled in Congress at Philadelphia on July 9th, 1778, and formally ratified by all the states on March 1st, 1781, under Federal Convention in the 12th year of the independence of the states on September 17, 1787, by the unanimous consent of the states present. The Constitution of the United States was signed, being ratified by the last of the 13 original states on May 29, 1790. Following suit, the state of California petitioned for statehood via the Act for the Admission of California into the Union, submitted to the Assembled Joint Congress of the United States of America on September 9, 1850, and approved on September 28, 1850, as evidence in Volume 9, Statutes at Large, page 521. Most Americans are unaware that they have a choice to decide which set of laws, common or statutory, they want to invoke to manage their personal and business affairs. This is huge right here. Right here, this is huge. First of all, are you a United States citizen or are you an American? Because citizens think and act differently than Americans, traditionally and usually. First and foremost, common law is contractual right, which is incapable of revision or modification and cannot be statutorily abridged. Most Americans, including both American and California Bar Association members, attorneys, lawyers, judges, legislators, and members of the executive branch of government, common law is not important and has no authority as compared to the thousands of statutory laws and regulations created by legislatures and government administrators each year. Crocker versus McCloy, 649, U.S. SUP, S-U-P-P, short for supplemental, 39, A-T, 270, a trust organization consisting of a U.S. constitutional right of contract which cannot be abridged. The agreement, when executed, becomes a federal organization and not under the laws passed by any of the several legislatures. Defined by law dictionaries and the courts, common law consists of those principles, usages, and rules of action applicable to government and security of persons and property which do not rest for their authority upon any express and positive declaration of will or the will of a legislator. Y'all get that? Article 6, Section 2 of the Constitution of the United States declares that the United States Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and the constitutional provisions and laws state to the contrary is notwithstanding, also unenforceable. The state of California reaffirmed the supremacy of the United States Constitution as written in its state constitution in Article 3, Section 1, which states the state of California is an inseparable part of the United States of America, and the United States Constitution is the supreme law of the land. On the other hand, statutory law binds the procedural structure and creates entities that arise out of privileges derived only from the state. Federal, state, and local statutory and regulatory authority is created by corporate United States or state constitutional mandate or the charter of a municipality to regulate the government and to create the guidelines for the government's limitations with regard to the protected civil rights of private citizens. Within the United States Constitution, the authority for Congress to create statutory and regulatory laws is authorized under Article 1, Section 8. This authority is limited to implementing the delegated powers listed in Article 1. Regulating elected or appointed officials, administrative agencies, courts, and the military. The courts have ruled that entities created under the jurisdiction of statutes or regulations, such as corporations, associations, statutory trusts, which are revocable, inter vivos, living trusts, sole proprietor businesses, partnerships, limited liability corporations, individuals, etc., do not have common law rights, such as a trust. Statutory law entities are hideous creatures of the state and owe their existence and charter power to the state. A state-chartered or sanctioned entity can make no contracts not authorized by its charter license. These statutory chartered entities are presumed to have been created for the benefit of the public, not for private enterprise. So this goes back to saying, how can you do business in the public if you are looking to do business in the public for the private benefit of your private family or estate, if you are only using statutory or federally chartered entities? It's impossible. It's impossible. It's indubitably. That was Hale versus Henkel, 201 U.S. 43 at 74. You all check it out in Pinkerton versus Verberg, 78 MICH 573 584. Most people today feel that or act as if they must ask the state, county, city, the IRS, their attorneys, accountants, doctors, religious leaders, etc., what to do in their private and personal affairs. Most are scared to death to make decisions on their own. It seems that consciously or unconsciously, many people believe they need to get permission from an external authority for practically everything they are going to do. Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, stated it very succinctly. If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be. If we are to guard against ignorance and remain free, it is the responsibility of every American to be informed. This principle is known today as the Ashwander Doctrine. Anyone who partakes of the benefits or privileges of a given statute, or anyone who even places himself into a position where he may avail himself of those benefits at will, cannot reach constitutional grounds to redress grievances in courts against the given statute. Ashwander, ASHWANDR versus TVA, 287 U.S. 288 56 S DT 466. The traditional probate avoidance revocable inter vivos living trust is a perfect example of a statutory law creation of the state. It is called a living trust because someone's life is connected to it or associated with it. The creation and termination of the trust. The entire lifespan of the living trust is linked to the creator, who can gift real or personal property to the trust by a written agreement, whose structure and content is governed by the state. While the grantor is alive, all he puts into the living trust is a gift, and matter of ownership is clear and concise, thus avoiding or precluding himself from antiquated probate systems. However, living trusts cannot operate business. They are strictly a vehicle for transferring an estate from one generation to another. Upon the death of the creator, these statutory law trusts avoid probate fees and time delays, but they do not eliminate capital gains taxes, estate or death taxes, generation skipping taxes, appraisal fees, challenges in court, governmental controls, lawsuits, litigation, creditors, etc. They also die with the death of the creator or are allowed to die a slow death by the state. Any proceeds from this type of entity that are dispersed to any beneficiaries or heirs, those disbursements must be claimed as income, which is not gorgeous. Living trusts are also usually revocable by their creator, which allows him or her to take back the property at will, to amend, revoke, or terminate the trust agreement, and therefore allows others through legal procedures to do the same. These statutory law trust arrangements have specific IRS code that pertains to their taxation, and therefore the assets are even accessible. Common law trusts are really not trusts. They are most commonly referred to as Massachusetts Business Trust, but is also known as either a contractual business organization, an Illinois land trust, an unincorporated business organization, a business trust organization, a common law trust, a peer trust, a blind trust, an express trust, a contractual company, a peer equity trust, etc., but they are not trusts. The most all-inclusive phrase to describe the type of business organization detailed below is to call it the pure or true trust. This is Heck versus Malley, 265 U.S. 144. Or an unassociated and non-equitable Massachusetts common law business trust contractual organization. That's a mouthful. A common law contract in trust form. I can check out Bouchard versus First People's Trust, 148 NE 895. So let me ask you something. How important is your business? How important is it that your business be well organized to offer the best protection from liability, harassments, judgments, and the greatest benefits? The combination of an established, concise business goal coupled with personal estate planning represents your lifetime building of that business and estate. Protecting and preserving your accomplishments should be your number one priority. Every person or group of persons planning to enter into business must make a basic decision at the outset The decision will determine such things as the benefits to be enjoyed, the risks to be assumed and shared, the problems to be avoided or created, and much more, including the treatment of your business for estate purposes. This decision concerns the form of business organization, and it should not be made quickly or taken lightly. The first form is by far the most numerous. This is the individual or sole proprietor. According to an annual report of the Internal Revenue Service, there were some 5,303,000 plus individual business or sole proprietor tax returns filed in the taxable year. Of what year is this? It doesn't matter. That's a lot. The second form, most common and widely recognized for conducting business, is the C Corp. Third form of business organization is the partnership, limited, or general. Not considering sole proprietors, the IRS receives some 2,127,400 plus C corporation returns, 1,905,800 small business or S corporation returns, and 1,567,200 plus business partnerships returns. But what's the first place desired form of business? See, man, if somebody just emailed me saying, please send me the document from today's show, I hate to be like this, but I'm blocking this person. Straight up. Because y'all don't, man, people ain't listening. It's getting to a point where it's like, man, if you ain't signing up for the email list, then you ain't getting it. And that's what I'm saying. $2,336,000 plus fiduciary tax returns or 1041s were filed with the IRS, including those of the Magellan Mutual Fund, Kempler Insurers, Edward Hines Lumber Company, Sears Roebuck and Company, Medi Trust, New York was listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Other significant contract business trusts include Massachusetts Electric Companies, North American Pulp and Paper Company, Adams Express Company, the McKay Company, American Express. Y'all know that an American Express is organized in the form of a contract trust. Are you tripping? American Trust Company, Chicago Elevated Railroads. What's that? Is that the L? The Chicago L? It's a trust. Chicago City Railroad Company, Central Manufacturing, District of Chicago, American Express Company, Postal Telegraph Company, Associated Simmons Hardware Company, Pepperell Manufacturing Company, R.G. Dunn & Company, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. You would be amazed, absolutely amazed, at how many public-facing so-called companies that you're familiar with and possibly even grew up knowing these brands your whole life are actually trusts. As a form of business organization, the contract business trust is not unusual for the average business professional, along with his attorney, his accountant, and or his consultant, called L. Business trusts are simply only known in certain circles. It is helpful. What is a trust? Let's talk about this. It is helpful to divide all trust into two different, very distinct classes. One, those which are birthed from our inalienable rights, and two, those created by privilege of the faith. That can also be public and private. To state it in the most simplest terms, a trust is a right of property, real or personal, held by one party for the benefit of another. A trust, then, is a contract in which an individual, variously called the creator, trustor, settlor, or grantor, transfers property, either real or personal, to one or more trustees, private individuals, or professional companies, to be held or managed under fiduciary responsibility for one or more beneficiaries. There are many types of trusts in use today for a variety of purposes. We cannot examine them all, and I won't, but they include Crummy trusts, inter vivos trusts, both revocable and irrevocable, testamentary trust, generation skipping trust, spendthrift trust, foreign trusts, so on and so forth. The business trust is a powerful entity by which individuals may combine their forces and resources to operate a business for profit. A business trust is created when one or more individuals convey or transfer or exchange legal title to assets to the trustees. Trustees have vested power to manage and control all assets to which title was conveyed, transferred, exchanged, and to pay the profits of the enterprise to the person who hold a beneficial interest in the trust. Type of trust that we want to pursue is the Massachusetts or contract business trust. Most attorneys will readily admit that they were never taught the mechanics of 1041 complex trust during their average 3 years at law school. West Publishing Company, a major law book publisher who presently publishes about 60 volumes of Horn books, provided less than one volume to the subject of trust law. Likewise, the Corpus Juris Secundum, which contains approximately 130 volumes encompassing all major subjects considered important to American attorneys, dedicates less than one volume to trust, and the primary subject matter discussed in that volume is the statutory inter vivos revocable family living trust variety. In order to clearly and thoroughly answer this question, we will provide several complementary definitions from authoritative legal sources. The Massachusetts or business trust, which is also called a common law or 1041 irrevocable complex trust, is essentially a contractual business organization cast in the form of a trust. It is said to have originated in Massachusetts to circumvent a prohibition in the state against the organization of corporations to deal in real estate. Modern cases support the view that a business trust is an unincorporated business organization created by an instrument by which property is to be held and managed by trustees for the benefit and profit of such persons as may be or may become the holders of transferable certificates evidencing the beneficial interests in the trust estate. The Massachusetts Trust is a form of business organization common in that state, consisting essentially of an agreement whereby property is conveyed to trustees in accordance with the terms of an instrument of trust to be held and managed for the benefit of such persons as may, from time to time, be the holders of transferable certificates issued by the trustees showing the shares into which the beneficial interest in the property is divided. These certificates, which resemble certificates for shares of stock in a corporation and are issued and transferred in like manner, entitle the holders to a share in the income of the property and upon termination of the trust in its proceeds. The trust is a very comprehensive institution. It is as general and as elastic as a contract. It originated and was reduced to practice under the jurisdiction of courts by the civil law, was expanded and developed in the courts of chancery, and has been employed in nearly every field of human activity. Of late years, it has been and is utilized in the field of commerce and trade as a substitute for the corporation or partnership organization. Such a trust is created by the execution of a declaration of trust by one or more trustees to whom there has been or will presently be transferred the property or money which is to constitute the corpus of the trust. When the express trust is used as an agency of commerce, i.e. having an economic reality along with a business interest, it is commonly known as a business trust. And because it finds its basis in the law of contract and does not depend upon any statute for its existence, it is sometimes called a common law trust. Hopefully we put that thing to bed. It may be stated as a general proposition that anyone competent to contract may make such disposition of the legal title to his property as he pleases, may annex such conditions and limitations to its enjoyment as he chooses, and may vest in trustees for the purpose of carrying on his intention. He has the same power to create trust as he has to alienate the legal title to his property. Imagine that. Hopefully this is, making some stuff clear. I feel like clarity is missing, ultimately. Let me jump to the necessary characteristics of a business trust. First, a business trust must be a non-grantor trust. So the IRS recognizes three types of trust: simple, grantor, and complex. It cannot be a grantor type of trust. And it must be formed under the common law and the constitutional right of contract. See Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. A business trust is often referred to as a common law trust because it finds its basis in the common law of contract and does not depend upon any statute for its existence. This raises the distinction between statutory trust and common law trusts, such as the business trust described. Most trusts formed by attorneys today are statutory in nature. This also distinguishes the business trust from the corporation. The right to be a corporation and to exercise corporate powers is derived from the state. The power which creates has the power to destroy. The state has the right to limit the period of existence of its creature, the corporation, to provide conditions, precedent, or subsequent bylaws existing at the time of its creation, or bylaws subsequently passed to destroy its existence for such reasons as may seem to the legislature sufficient. Business trust described in this article is not a creature of law, is not a creature of the state or any state law or statute. It owes its existence to the common law and constitutional right of contract. Second, in order to have a valid contract, there must be a valid offer and acceptance of valuable consideration. So once again, in order to have a valid contract, there must be a valid offer and acceptance of valuable consideration to or more parties involved, parties who are of legal age and competent understanding, and there must be a termination date. I'm out here putting trust together, saying it's the family trust. It doesn't terminate. It's a perpetual trust. Oops. Like I said, the restatement of law and trust is going to bang that out. Bang it. Third, there can be no division of ownership in the trust assets. A lot of people say, the trust, it's a contract trust, and the beneficiaries hold the equitable title, and trustees hold the legal title. You burn yourself up. You just burn yourself up. You're co-mingling different types of trusts and different types of stuff. In the past, traditional business trusts were normally established with the trustee holding legal title, the trust corpus, and the beneficiary holding equitable title in the form of shares of beneficial interest. But due to changes in the tax laws, and in order to achieve all of the desired benefits, all evidence of ownership, both legal and equitable title, must reside in the trustee. This form of absolute ownership by the trustee is referred to fee simple absolute. This kind of allodial ownership enables the trustee to manage and dispose of the trust assets in whatever manner he may wish, in keeping with the terms specified by the trust document. Furthermore, the trust must be under the administration of an independent third-party trustee. The trust is irrevocable. It is managed by the trustee, who may appoint officers or agents. Fourth, the business trust, like all trusts, must have beneficiaries. Some companies selling unincorporated business organizations, some people selling trusts, try to tell you that their trusts have something else. But a rose is a rose is a rose, no matter what you call it. Units or certificates of interest are still units or certificates of interest, no matter what you call them. Therefore, the receiver of any distribution of trust is a holder of at least one unit of interest or fractional part thereof. Always. Fifth, and we're going to bang out. The trust must avoid those corporate attributes which would cause it to be treated and taxed like a corporation under statutory provisions regulating corporations. The four corporation attributes are centralized management, continuity of life, limited personal liability of trustees, and easy transferability of beneficial interest in the trust. If the trust possesses any three of these attributes, it will be treated as a corporation. As long as a business trust established to operate a business does not have these attributes of a corporation, it will not be treated or taxed like a corporation, but rather taxed as a 1041 complex trust. And this is the deal. If you're not properly set up, and if you're not properly administering a trust, the IRS doesn't care. Substance to reform. We don't care what form of the entity looks like. They're going to treat the entity as far as the substance of the transaction. And how that breaks down is how is it being treated. And if you don't get the proper mentorship, you don't get the proper training, you're going to make a mistake. And more often than not, by the time you get to the area where you're going to make a mistake, that mentor or that person that took your money is long gone. You can't get a hold of it. So this is a great document here. It's got a lot of case law in it. It also says the following is a short list of candidates who would do well by restructuring in a business trust format. All sole proprietors, accountants and CPAs, doctors, tax preparers, chiropractors, attorneys, daycare operators, franchise operators, churches, business owners, property managers, apartment buildings, service providers, artists and writers, restaurant owners, sports and gun dealers, rental property, bus drivers, self-employed business persons, towing operations, roofers, plumbers, electricians, masons, carpenters, general contractors, etc., 1099 independent contractors, manufacturers, dentists, pest control companies, opticians, insurance brokers and agents, motel and hotel owners, ministers, multi-level salespeople, airline pilots, real estate agencies, real estate agents, shop owners, professional services, professional service providers, property owners, property managers, health practitioners, recreational businesses, taxi cab drivers, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, veterinarians, auto mechanics, lien companies, so on and so forth. And these are the type of people that I help restructure. this is what I do outside of, doing this show and, broadcasting this information on High Frequency Radio Network. I'm a private consultant. If you are a trustee, you got in this trustee training, I sent you, your private trustee manual. More than likely, I sent business cards. In that, it says SOL, private consultant. And it's corporate structure and wealth management. And we do all this through the business trust, but we understand when you're making money through a business trust, trusts are taxed at 39.6%. If you're not using the system of interrelating trust properly, you're dealing with a really high tax bracket. And how do you get into the system of interrelating trust properly? How do you get the proper information? How do you get real-world, real-time access to your so-called mentor who is teaching you this information? Do you have their mobile phone number? Are you able to get a hold of them on the internet, on using the email? Are they readily available to walk you through your private transition? And are you receiving correct information for being taught to apply the information incorrectly? Because that can get you hurt. And one of the main focuses for the foundation is to aggregate knowledge, resources, true knowledge, right knowledge, with regards to administering your private and public entities in one area, whereas I had to go to multiple states, multiple mentors, multiple sources, and weed out multiple BS information over multiple years to be able to provide the curriculum that I provide, and it's called Foundation Trustee Training. If you're interested in the trustee training, I'm telling you, from opening your bank account with your trust, getting your EIN, if you want to get your 9-8 number, I'm not going to go over everything because it's private, so hit me up. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Now, trustees are able to stay, in the training as long as they want, but there's an expiration date to everything. And I'm telling you, now's the time. If you've been on the fence, now's the time, because I'm not going to be available all the time. Of course, if you have an issue, I don't care if it's 5 years in the future. If you have an issue, I'm gonna assist you. I've been, privately administering trusts and entities for a while now. I've pretty much seen it all. If I haven't seen it all, I heard it all with my mentors and their clients. So, like I said, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Get yourself in this trustee training. I don't really know what else is being offered right now, but I know when I was looking, when I was ready, what I'm doing right now, what we're doing here at the foundation, wasn't available. And if it was, I couldn't find it. So, resource heavy, resource dense. There's a lot of, PDFs, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of stuff that I don't put on the website, that I have a private, cloud folder that I give access to the trustees. Trustees get my private mobile number. Trustees get waived consultations. Trustees get one-on-one mentorship. Now I've had trustees be at the bank trying to open a trust. Their trusted banking account, business trust, family trust, whatever. And the individual at the bank was acting funny, saying they can't do this and this doesn't work. And they called me and I got on the phone. I was like, put them on the phone. I got on the phone and changed their whole demeanor. I got people who will tell you that, like, this actually happened. So, it's just something I offer. Foundation Trustee Training. If you're interested, email me, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Also, you're looking to start your business, looking to start your business credit line, you're looking to improve your personal credit, email me, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. I'm also looking for a couple mentors. I would like to keep the foundation, mentees, my bad. Mentees. I'm looking for a couple people who not only have the ability, the mental capacity, the drive, but also the time to dedicate themselves to, be trained by Sot L. Everything that I know. I would really like for the foundation to continue, the actual platform itself, the trust to still be administered. After I've transitioned into other avenues and endeavors. So, if you're interested in that, the mentorship, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Trustee training, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Consultation, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. Take advantage of the things that you can take advantage of while you have the time to take advantage of them. I'm the type of person who hates thinking, what if I spent more time? What if I hustled harder? What if I made more sacrifices? What if I? I don't like it. Drives me insane. Oh, man, it's looking like they're about to cut the show off. Don't cut the show off. Cut the show off. I love y'all. I'm having problems with this blog talk. I hope everybody can hear me. This is another reason why, this got to stop. I don't even know what was heard, what wasn't, but check this out. I'm streaming right now. So, I just want to let people know, if you've been on the fence about anything, if you, you're looking to, get a consultation, if you're looking to get into the trustee training, if you're looking to do anything, then, you might want to hit me up, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. You're on the fence. You want to start your business credit? You want to start working on your personal credit? Same thing as always. I'm about to go to the phone line, so I do want to say, I want to bring in Sister Yvette first. Sister Yvette, you want to come in? If you want to come in, press 1. Otherwise, I'll bring someone else in first. I see Sister Yvette. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to start off with Sister Yvette. Peace, sister. How you doing?
Peace, Brother Sot. Peace, community kings and queens. Brother Sot, the ancestors are very proud. I got your email. I'm definitely going to get back to you within the next 3 days. Community is real now. It was already spoken into the atmosphere. Get yourselves together. It's about to get serious. Mentorships, trainees, trustees, Do what y'all got to do. It's real now. It's no more playing games. It's real, kings and queens. My brother Saltel, I will be talking back to you within the next 2 to 3 days.
Absolutely. I look forward to it.
Peace, community. All right, definitely. Peace, my brother. The blessings of the ancestors are upon you. Peace, kings and queens. Get into your proper status. Peace.
Peace. Excuse me. Peace. Just be vet. Look forward. We're talking that essence every single time. Next, we bring in my brother Brian from the Bay. No. Sorry, Brian. I'm going to bring in Daryl, man. Well, I'll see you next, Brian. Peace, brother Daryl. How you feeling, family?
I'm all right, brother. So, L, hello to everybody out there. So, L, you were talking about when you go on, get on the phone and you talk to people from the bank. Do you go to like a mock call? Do you do mock calls and do you coach people how to talk to them? Because the reason why you get on the phone with them, okay, you say yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. I mean, most people, like, when they get in front of the bank, or they get into the bank, you know, the bank's official, people wearing suits and stuff, they sit down and they kind of choke. They don't know what to say. They can't think of the words to say. And it's easier for me to come off the top of my head because I know exactly what I've been doing. I've been doing this for a long time, you know. So when I get on the phone with the banker, I'm able to articulate it better than most, you know, newer trustees. Trustee training, I like trustee to get their trust account open in the first couple of weeks, you know. It's usually the goal that I'm looking at least your business trust account in your first couple of weeks, you know, just so you have it, you know, you got a check, you got a debit card and stuff like that, so you know, you can start moving. So, you know, a lot of times the new trustee will be opening their account and they'll be talking to a banker, and the banker will start asking them questions that they don't know. And I've had many trustees call me on the spot because I tell them, if you want to call me on the spot, I'll talk to the banker. And I get on the phone with the banker and I'll talk to them, and then, you know, they hand the phone back and things go smooth. You know? Okay.
All right. I know from a lot of our upbringing from our parent ignorance, right? Because they didn't know and things like that. Do you have anything, like, because a lot of people have to be healed from that. I mean, you healing us in financial ways and in ways to conduct ourselves and make our life better, like, you know, get from the 1040 to the 1041. But is there any other ways to, like, a lot of the stuff that because of the ignorance, you know, because of our emotions and stuff like that, do you have anything to heal us with our emotions and our daily troubles as far as, like, dealing with people with attitudes and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Anything we can read? Anything?
Absolutely. Yeah. I go over all that, the mind state, you know, and I've even done a couple shows with regard to trustee mind state. I'll put a little bit of that information in the public, but yeah, I go over all that.
And with the diet too, with the diet, what to eat, properly eat, and stuff like that, you know.
I'm learning that. We can
do that
work
too.
on that together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So well, I'm a yield because I know. Say that again.
No, I said I'm still learning on that one.
Okay, all right. Peace and love to everybody out there. And it's always a pleasure. It's always a blessing talking to you. You know, I'm going to let you take the next call, all right?
Yeah, likewise, family. Peace. Love, man.
All right. Peace.
All right, let's go to my guy, Brian from the Bay. Brian from the Bay. How you doing, fam? Peace. Going down.
What's good, man? What's good with you?
Oh, man, you know, another show, man. Another episode, more information disseminated to the people. Everything's good. How you doing?
All right. Hey, let me ask one request, man.
Uh-huh.
The request is, I know you just said that you received an email from somebody, right?
Uh-huh.
About the information. Well, you got to, some people, you know, you got to sometimes, I feel like, you know, that might be a new person. You know, never heard you before or something, man. So, you know, I was going to say, you know, after you send out everything, you know, maybe if you feel like it, send it to that person at the very end, because it might be a new person that never heard this before, and this is the first time they ever, upon you. So that's one thing I was going to say. And, I'm just trying to support, and for anybody who's, like you said, on the fence, just take the, think about, you've been listening to this man for a while. He's been bringing all these people to you, and he's trying to show you that he is being ennobled by showing you the information that he is bringing to you. So, just look at the character of a person. If the person you've been listening to this for a long time, this person been showing you all this information, or you just coming into him, you feel like it. One thing you got to realize, you got to put the energy that you want to come back to you. So if you want to get where you need to get, have the right mindset, and also you have to take a trust into people that show you what they're presenting to you. So on that, I'll just say, listen to, if you feel that you've been kind of on the fence about something, you don't have the money or something, just talk to this man, and he'll help you get where you need to be, because I was just doing the same thing, trying to learn all this information on my own. I linked up with this man, and, we've just been rocking ever since. I've been just coming on these shows and listening to what he's saying, and that's what I would say to anybody. Just, you got to put out what you want back. So if you really want to not to deal with these people telling you what to do, and you want to take world ownership or control of your life, and you want to be that person that's actually being a noble to your family and everybody else that you are coming in contact with, I'll say, do what you got to do, and make sure you make the right move by trying to implement this stuff that this man been talking about.
I appreciate that, fam. Definitely appreciate that. Thank you. That's real, though. I mean, what else is there? I do put out a lot of information that, other people charge for. That's one of my, I wouldn't say it's, most people would call it a gimmick, I guess. It's not a gimmick. It's a specific point that I make.
Well,
I feel like people are charging for stuff they shouldn't be charging for.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, the way I look at it is, people might say it's a gimmick or something, but the thing is, the problem is people need to, really take control of their life. Not own it, but control what you do in your life and worry about how you're doing, because I be talking to my relatives and stuff, and I be telling them, look, I ain't going to say, I don't want to say, that's how you should view the world, but sometimes I view the world like I'm in a system or in somebody else's system, right? And I can't control what's going on in the system, or I can control how I react to the people and all the players, So that's what I'll be trying to do, is control my emotions and control how I react to this thing. So, you got to really look in yourself and then say, look at what I want to do. And if it's, dealing with credit, you can listen to the brother Swan. If it's dealing with trying to get the precious metals and all that stuff, you listen to the man he was talking to the other day, right? And so it's all these people here, and they don't really need to be here because they've already made the move they need to make. They just feel like in themselves that they got to at least I'm going to show you the information, but you got to do it on your own to, make that move. I'll lead you to the water, but you got to drink it yourself. And once you drink it, then we can start, I see that you're serious about this. Now we can start linking up, syncing up, and building up.
Right. Yeah, no one's going to save you. No one's going to run up to you and say, hey, man, I've been watching you, and I know what you need, and this is what you need, and here you go. Here's some money. Here's a house. Here's a car. Here's some credit. Here's all your trust documents that you need. Here's a manual on how to administer your trust. And matter of fact, here's an audio file. Listen to it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to administer all your stuff for you. I'm going to take care of you. You just sit back and relax. It's not going to happen. You got to make moves. You got to put yourself in a position to win. And if you don't, it's on you. You can't blame no one else. I guess you can. But your life, your quality of life, your standard of living is going to suffer. That's a defeatist mindset.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I didn't want to cut you off. My bad, man.
No, I was just saying that's a defeatist mind state. You ain't getting nowhere with that.
Well, I feel like that, and this is the last thing I'll say, and I'll let you, talk to somebody else, is that people got to understand that you getting in somebody else's, like I said, system, and the thing is, they groomed you since birth. I don't know if anybody knows this, but they said that, I know I was looking at something, they were talking about the so-called elites, whatever you want to call them. A long time ago, there was no such thing as like a school system or how it is today, where everybody learned the same thing. People would have, like back in the West and all that, they would have their own teachers and people that were teaching the schools, teaching kids, but it wouldn't be like everywhere you go, you'd be teaching the same information. So people took ownership of themselves. And look how it was back in the West, as people was teaching themselves, and doing everything themselves. They were taking control of their life. And the reason why I say that is because they said that they needed to control the schools because then they could groom kids into being, able to be part of society, which is like they're grooming you to be, appended on them to a certain extent. And, you're going to work the job and then you get that, all-American dream, the house, the picket fence and all that, but you ain't taking control over everything in life. It's kind of like you being a ward of the state or like a war because you have everybody take care of you as far as your health care and all this other stuff, right? But the only thing you be cool with is like I go buy my clothes, my shoes and stuff, and you can't tell me which car to buy and stuff. They'll let you do that. But you ain't taking ownership to worry about what you're going to do with your family if you pass away, your life policy, or, getting real money and all this stuff like that. That's being the actual, growing up in the situation. Being the actual, not being a minor, being a major. So you got to change the mindset. That's it.
Indeed, man. I appreciate you, man. I couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate your consistency. And, I'll talk to you soon, man. Let me know when you get that letter, too. In the mail. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate what you do, man. Keep doing it, and, I ain't been rocking with you long, but I'll rock with you to the end on this.
All right, appreciate you, man. Brian from the Bay, thanks for calling in, man. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace.
All right. I think this is my guy, Coppertone Bay. Coppertone?
Indeed, super conductor. Can you hear me, bro? Peace and love.
Yes, sir. Peace, family. How you doing?
Man, all is well, bro. Good to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the gift. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank you for the brother Teran. I'm gonna definitely be reaching out to him. First and foremost, I just want to follow the order of what's instructed on the best steps and ways to do things. So I know everybody jumping out on different levels and different aspects, but I like to go ahead and follow the structure and the order. So I'm right now in the process putting together, working on the writ. You know what I'm saying? So I can go ahead and put something down and get some things, you know what I'm saying, on notice. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. So that's another thing. And just applying different aspects. Oh yeah, piece to the hard working mule. I mean, well, not the mule, but the hard working, you know what I'm saying, ox, brother, our brother, man, I call him Uncle, man, you know what I'm saying. So, Yusuf been putting in work, so, with the presentment, he got the presentment videos, you know what I'm saying, he got, the UCC1 connections, certain ones you jump on them YouTube, man, get on there. It's very, very informative. This is old information, but at the same time, it's very useful and very effective and sufficient enough for us to utilize, right now. So, as well, and get a better understanding and a better comprehension on how to recognize certain presentments when they're being, sent to you and how to approach them and deal with them. You see what I'm saying? So, it's truly beautiful, though. I'm just really into it for this study, when I come back from, off the clock back here and whatnot, brother. And I'm just really thankful, man. Like you say, bro, it's very rare that we can trust a source that's reliable, honest, effective, and yet still it stands with honor and it deals with the highest principle known to man. And you do bring that to the table, brother. You do personify that. So I just thank the Creator for you being a reliable source, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to over talk or anything, but I recognize this. And I think you said this to me like last summer, bro. It was a little bit where you was like, apply more skill and whatnot and technique, and less of the, the passion, and whatnot. So what I basically get from that is more so now it's like intent. It's intent and purpose over emotion. You see what I'm saying? So that's really more what it is now. And I'm recognizing, that I would like to maneuver in my organic capacity and do more business in my organic capacity, without having to be taxed here on each and every end. And then on top of that, it gives me another slate, another form of how to conduct, another affair, one that we put to the side because everyone's in the public, but no one's actually conducting business and living organically and, avoidance of all the nuisances, whatnot, when we need to be in the private. So just exercising on my God-given rights, brother, stepping forward. I know I'm a natural blood, flesh and blood vessel, I am not something that someone else created in another image, and therefore I must not do, too much of business or put too much of exhaust too much energy into that particular entity, that was created within my image. So I would like to more so now give the ability for me and my family's sake to be able to maneuver in our own name, also as well create another family structure, one that we can protect, preserve, pass it on, and continue to do business actually like the ancestors did. And I see now that if we don't have true knowledge of how the lands and the grounds which we walk upon is actually established, then we have no actually true purpose and aim for where we're headed, family. And it's something, I see that daily. I see it on the bus stop. I see brothers talking about money. I see brothers talking about this, but no particular form of fashion on, how to structure that, how to protect it, how to preserve it, and how to keep it going and pass it on. So it's truly beautiful, though, and that's definitely what it is, bro. So like I said, I'm glad to hear from you. I'm more than thankful, I'm honored, that you're back, and, and definitely utilizing the energy and utilizing, what we need, the tools that's being given while they're available. Like you said, everything has an expiration date. That's the reason why the tombstone has the beginning to the ending. But as said from the beginning, as you said before, it depends on what's been done in between that dash. What all have you accomplished and established and created in between that dash? Because we know there's a beginning date. We got that. We're here now. And we also know there's a transmigration date. Energy don't die. You know that. Can't be created nor destroyed. We know that. Thermodynamics. At the same time, what are we doing while we're here? So that's the key thing. We're magnifying upon that. It's like the cat's out the bag now. The masquerade is over. No one can pretend on who you are. You either know who you are right now, you know where you at, and develop the divine purpose and cause, or continue to run the rat race on the hamster wheel. That's just what that is. No disrespect to none of my families out there, but you have to meet everyone on their level, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. But at the same time, stand firm on your own. You know what I'm saying? So it's truly beautiful, though, bro. I'm going to be reaching out to you, definitely. I got some ducats in the row lined up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get ready to go ahead and jump on, get out here and go ahead and put forth, you know what I'm saying, my claim on certain things, and as well be looking into certain liens, you know, so how to get those things approached and taken care of those too as well. So it is what it is, family. Definitely is what it is. So once again, it's the foundation. It's another one, another brick in the corner, another brick in the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Solidified. You know what I'm saying? Once again, so peace to the creators, definitely the ancestors, forefathers, foremothers, the ones that's the force continue to do the work. You know what I'm saying, brother? I'm honored. So, didn't want to be too long-winded or whatnot, but at the same time, I'm just glad to share this divine moment. You know what I'm saying? This particular time, we on this frequency, everybody vibing together. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with trust, because we in a form of trust dealing with each other every week when we meet up here. This is a form of trust right here, family. So let's continue that. Let's put it down on paper. Let's contract it. Let's solidify it. Let's protect it. Let's preserve it. Let's make sure that what we're doing, what we're saying is put down, you know what I'm saying, officially. You know what I'm saying? So what it is, words become action. You know what I'm saying? Actions manifest things. So thank you again, brother. So salute. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to someday press palms with you, brother. You know what I'm saying? We can probably pick up the pen together and, you know what I'm saying, and write it off. You know. With that said, I digress.
I look forward to it, man. I appreciate you calling in. I was just sitting here thinking while you were speaking. Like, I remember one of the first times you called into the show, and I'm thinking of how you're speaking and where you're coming from right now. Even that,
right.
I can see a change. I can see growth, and that's what's up. I want to definitely acknowledge that, and definitely say that I appreciate. I appreciate your consistency.
You're a part of it, bro. I mean, you're part of that structure, though. You know what I'm saying? Within this, that's that usage. That's just the order how it came. It's the usage. It's the vault. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the foundation. You know what I'm saying? It's all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's a chemical makeup. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get honors where honors due. You know what I'm saying? Well, and I would like to have those makings and, you know what I'm saying, structure and built still within me, so I know that I am maneuvering properly. You know what I'm saying? Because of my source as well. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely reliable. And then on top of that, that we've been given now a sense of how to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? More so on our own. You know what I'm saying? Mature within this thing. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching what I do now more so. You know what I'm saying? And you see the world different through a different pair of lenses, brother. You know what I mean? You see it differently now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's truly beautiful, though. Truly beautiful. I'm working on some things on paper, but I'd rather get the kinks out before actually being, actually presenting them. So, truly beautiful, though. Truly beautiful, though. And I'm working on building a community down here. Certain ones first who have thought-provoking questions or whatnot about whatever it may be, from the cosmos to, you know what I'm saying, to on the earthly plane, organic, doing business, relationships, you know what I'm saying, artificial versus organic, whatnot, I'm looking also as well, creating a little community where I'm at. Got a few heads here and there that got questions, you know what I'm saying, and answers that definitely need to be in return, you know what I'm saying, provided for them. So that's definitely what it is, though, bro. So, yeah, it inspired me. It inspired me to build within the build. It's like the nucleus in the atom, you know what I'm saying? So You know what I'm saying? But yeah, truly beautiful though, man. Truly beautiful. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You here, we here. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I keep you in the power of thought, you know what I'm saying, daily. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
appreciate that, fam, and I appreciate you, man. Have a great week. Catch you next time, and if I don't catch you sooner, man.
Yes, sir. Well, we don't have no more weekdays, so we have strong days now. You know what I'm saying? No more weekdays and no more weekends. They got strong days and strong ends now, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, we reconstructing over here. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's what it is. If I declaim it, though, so peace and love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look out for my email. I definitely be looking out for yours. You know what I'm saying? Pure reciprocation. Peace, love, respect. You know what I'm saying? Honor at all costs. Peace to the God, man.
All right, fam. Peace to God. All right, yo, that's it. It's a wrap brizzle. So I want to say, definitely first and foremost, all praises due to the ancestors, Creator. First and foremost, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like the sun rises and sets every day with consistency. So one of my examples is to be consistent. The highest form of flattery is imitation. So who am I going to imitate if not for, my Creator? And in this, I find honor and nobility. Bottom line is, what I teach, what I say, what I espouse upon, what I articulate, blah, 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 you know what I mean? It's not to make myself sound smart or cool. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's not to, you have a name. You can check YouTube. You ain't seen my face. So if you've seen my face, you've been at an event or you know me personally. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't care. I'm not in this for love or anything. I appreciate the love. My thing is to show love by putting on my people. And you can take that for however you want. I personally understand that you come from an informed family or an uninformed family, and that's it. Uninformed family, whatever, you're a slave your whole life. Hopefully you retire, you get a good pension, whatever. If not, oops. You come from an informed family, your life is completely different. If you're lucky, like Rockefeller, if you research that dude, he got lucky. He obviously ran into some private information at a certain age. You can run into, a private person who will teach you private information. Now your family's informed. I learned, or specifically heard, about trust. I'm going to be honest. In the south of France, straight up, I was in the south of France. There's palm trees in the south of France. In Nice, Monaco, in Cannes, it's all palm trees. It's coast. The Mediterranean is gorgeous. And I was on a yacht the size of an average fourplex. And dude didn't even really put me on, but he said enough to where it sparked something. And I was in a certain position, and it was go time. So did I get lucky? Yeah, I think so. In a lot of ways I did. Did I capitalize on the situation? Yes. Father used to say luck is really where preparation meets opportunity. So I don't know. You tell me. Bottom line is, I'm trying to tell you what it is. I was across the world. You probably just sitting at home or at your job or on your way to somewhere real local. And that's what SOL is, and that's what the foundation is. I hope you appreciate that. And if you don't, I'm going to keep doing it. And those who do appreciate that, I appreciate you. I love you. I will always love you. But sometimes things change. The only thing that you can expect to stay the same is that things will always change. With that being said, man, I'm going to wrap it up. Welcome to thefoundation.com. Sign up for the email list. I'll send you the document. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com if you want to get at me, private consultation, you want to get the trustee training, so on and so forth. we can move that way. As well as continue to study, continue to take care of yourself, look at the people around you, look at how they appreciate you ultimately. No one wants to disappoint you. It's really when those you care about, who care about you, disappoint you in your behavior is what people can't take. Because most people, aren't that emotionally mature. And sometimes you got to be the bigger woman or bigger man. But either way, as I always say, love yourself. Take care of yourself. Understand that you're worth it. Understand it's all about persistence and dedication. And understand it's all about doing something different on a consistent basis to change your life. That being said, as we lay the foundation, I'm So L. I want to say thank you for joining me. And I'll catch you next week here on High Frequency Radio Network. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Peace to the God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.